Did you miss me? And hello to you. It's Don, and thank you very much for joining us on the first podcast that we've done in, I don't know, since the Eisenhower administration. I really don't have much to say in this one. We used to do these things called fastballs, which would be sort of like audio Twitter feeds or something like that. It's the audio equivalent of 140 characters. We don't do that anymore. Thank you very much, Charlie Sheen. What I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to reintroduce myself because it's early morning. I've overslept. And, boy, I realize I have a face for radio. My name is Don. I have been a broadcaster for 20 years. I've been in sales for 20 years. I started this when I was 50-something. I am now 61. We are doing really right now two types of podcasts. One's going to be just called, whatever we call this, where I just simply blow the aid about the stuff that's going on in the news, the stuff that's going on in my miserable life, stuff like that there. Politically, I am not conservative by any stretch of anyone's imagination. I have major problems with the established liberal wing of things. I think that a lot of people on both the right and the left and the center and the fringes have lost their minds. I think that Donald Trump, for instance, is a symptom of a much larger problem. And it is a problem that needs to be rectified as soon as humanly possible. Because if we don't do that, we have a lot of problems that we need to get into. However, we may need to get through those problems to get to, the better stuff. I believe firmly in something called the evolution, and you may hear me talk a lot about that. Everything is about to change. Some people call it the quickening. Some people call it, the end result of revelations. I have a rather strong BS detector, and it's been working overtime. I do occasionally get on Periscope. You can find me at POLYBI, the number 2, there, and Twitter. And also Busker, same one. At the moment, I do Facebook Live at gosh, I can't even talk today. I do Facebook Live at DLP Radio. That's facebook.com/DLP Radio. And I don't do these things as much as I used to. In fact, this is the first time I've had the courage to do this. Because there's a lot of things that have happened in my life, and I've come to a conclusion that I'm going to have to expose certain parts of my life, because it's the only way you can get people to understand what really is going on. Not right now, but later on. Now, the other podcast we're going to be doing is part of a project that I've started, and I would like to thank Diane Bernard for pushing me in this direction. Because I've been trying to figure out a way to do this and make a little case in the meantime. The project is called Apps Explained, and there's really not a lot of explanation, instruction, and news about applications for your phone, especially applications for Android, which usually get lost in the mix. If you've ever been on a Periscope broadcast that talks about all these new whiz-bang apps, they kind of sort of forget the fact that many of those apps are not available for Android. Everybody seems to have an iPhone, and they assume that everyone in the world has an iPhone. Well, I do have an Android that barely works, and I do want to help those people who do have Android phones deal with applications and stuff like that, not ignoring the iPhone people. But that's where I am, and I know that's where many other people are, because Android pretty much has more users than iPhone. That's a fact. You can look it up. It's going to be a separate podcast from this. It will be called Apps Explained, and we will hopefully do that once a week, beginning very soon. So I want you to look out for that. Like I said, all this is an introduction, and just want you to be aware of who I am and stuff like that. So when these things pop up, either pre-recorded or live, at least I will have a listener. And thankfully, if you've ever seen my face on Busker or Facebook Live or Periscope, you'll probably know why I'm probably going to be doing this more often. So again, you can like me on Facebook at DLP Radio. That's where we headquarter this. And hopefully we'll be back. We'll back very soon with something a little bit more substantial. But, I just wanted to reintroduce myself. The last time we did this, I think, was in the summer of last year. So it's been a while. And I hope that the folks that we made, the friends we made back then, will follow us to our new ventures. And if you are new to this, I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like some of the things I say. And if you don't like it, you'll love it even more. Have yourself a great day. As I've always said, I'll be thinking about you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.